Dumping of Chinese goods in India may also intensify in coming days. Federation of Indian Export Organization has warned after worsening US-China trade war. In the wake of the US imposing high duties on goods such as EVs, batteries and high-end tech products, Apex Exporters body hasn't ruled out dumping of Chinese goods in India. FIO says that China is sitting on overcapacity and one of its large markets may close its doors to it, and exporters are therefore seeking visas. Technicians, engineers are seeking visas to come to India to set shop in India, therefore warning of potential incoming of cheap, or rather not cheap, come to think, of Chinese goods coming to India. These includes EVs, batteries for sure.
I have a very different take on this, Shweta. My take is that look at the list of items which have actually seen a hike in tariff. These include electric vehicles, right? Electric vehicles are not cheap. Electric vehicles is something that India
rather
needs.
Expensive.
Right, rather expensive. Lithium-ion batteries that go into those electric vehicles, right? Your entire solar cell chemistry which goes into solar panels. Now, these are sunrise sectors across the world which the entire world needs. Now, what US has done by way of hiking tariffs on Chinese imports is pretty much trying to protect its own domestic industry. US wants Tesla to sell more cars than BYD, because by virtue of that, Tesla will employ more people and potentially more Americans, and in the run-up to the election season slated in November in America, it's obviously going to do the American economy much better. So it's a repeat of what Donald Trump had done in his tenure as the President of the United States. Joe Biden is repeating that. So solar cells, solar panels is again something that the US needs. So I think even if you discard all the politics and even if you throw aside all the protectionist measures that US is taking, what is the total volume of trade getting impacted? It's just about $18 billion or so. So out of the entire $450 billion of trade between US and China, only $18 billion is now subjected to this higher tariff. So if China wants to continue selling those $18 billion worth of goods, there are enough and more other markets around where China can sell those goods, including India, right? But the problem really is that if you're talking about electric vehicles and if you're talking about batteries and if you're talking about solar panels, then those are in any case items that India needs. So
Absolutely.
if India is able to negotiate a better deal with China and get those products cheaper, because there is going to be an opportunity lost by way of US walking out of trade or making trade more difficult. If India can get it cheaper, I believe it's going to be a win-win. So we should not really be worried about dumping. We're not talking about some cheap plastic toys which are going to come into India and kill India's toy industry. We're not talking about cheap clothes that Shein makes, which is going to come to India and disrupt our own handicraft and handloom sector. We are actually talking about critical sunshine sectors where there is a demand from India as well. And if you're able to negotiate a better deal with China to get those products coming into India, I think it's going to be a win for China. It's definitely going to be a win for India.
Absolutely. So I think we're looking at it more positively than many are on the outside. It does look like it could be a win-win for India if it's able to negotiate with China in order to get some of these essential items like EVs and batteries at a cheaper cost, and also perhaps an opportunity for India vis-a-vis the US to emerge as a better trading and a bigger trading partner with the US.